Yo, let me see if I can help you out deciding between screen printing versus transfers. What's happening, everybody? Boy Big Brando, and today we're going to be talking all about transfers and all about screen printing. Now, chances are you've probably been watching YouTube videos and you see content creators screen printing, and then you also see content creators using transfers. And you're probably asking yourself which one is the better of the two. Now, let me be the first one to tell you that there is no better of the two. It all depends on what you want to get into. If you watch my channel, you know that I use transfers. Before I started YouTube, I got into the t-shirt game, screen printing. Combined, I have over 20 years of experience using both of the two. And this is just my opinion. But as of recently, a lot of people have been hitting me up asking more about screen printing. There's been an influx in people saying that screen printing is superior, and a lot of people comparing the two. Now, there's nothing wrong with any of this. There's nothing wrong with the statement of thinking that screen printing is superior. But once again, this all comes down to personal preference. This is just people's opinion on the two print methods. Are these the only two print methods out there? No, but they still get compared all the time. So let me start out by saying I started out screen printing long ago. Back in the 90s is when I found screen printing, or I found out how people were printing on t-shirts, and I dove right in. I personally like the craft of actually screen printing a t-shirt. Screen printing posters and stickers too, but I actually like screen printing on t-shirts. The whole process is dope to me. The whole process was a challenge to learn, but once I learned it, I dedicated my time to perfecting my craft. I love the challenge of learning how to print white ink on black garments. I love the challenge of finding the right amount of off contact. I love the challenge of mixing inks. I also love the challenge of learning the technique to coat screens with emulsion correctly. The whole process was dope. So for the people that don't know about screen printing, this is how it works. You get a screen and a certain mesh count. How do you get your image onto the screen? First, you have to print out your negative. And that's basically you printing on a transparency, the image that you want burned onto the screen. So if this is a multicolored design, you would have to burn multiple screens. One screen per color. And as you print, the ink will layer on top of each other and create the overall design. So after you have your transparencies with the negatives on them, now you have to burn the screen. The screen needs to be coated with emulsion first. This is a light sensitive liquid that hardens onto the screen. So you're gonna put that negative on the screen on top of a light box, and then you're gonna shoot light through the screen, through the negative, and everything that's not covered will be hardened on the screen, and everything that is covered by the negative will be shot out with water to expose the design onto the screen. This is a lengthy process. One, you have to coat the screen. It has to be in a room that isn't with regular fluorescent lights or regular light bulbs. A lot of people use red light bulbs, a lot of people use yellow light bulbs, or they use dark rooms to do this in, because like I said, that emulsion is light sensitive. So if you coat that screen out on a sunny day, as you coat that screen, it's gonna harden, the light's gonna activate the emulsion, and it's gonna be a wasted screen. So you either need a dark room, or you need to change out the light bulbs in whatever workspace you're working in to yellow or red, something that isn't going to activate the emulsion. Because remember, you're gonna put the screen with the negative onto a light box, and that light box is gonna expose the screen to light, activate that emulsion, and then it's gonna burn the design into your screen. You take the screen and you wash out all the negative space with a pressure washer. You're just gonna knock out all that negative emulsion. So now you have emulsion covering where you don't want ink, and then you're gonna have the screen exposed through the design where you want the ink to be pushed through. Now, depending if this is a single color, multicolor job, that's gonna depend how many screens you need. For this video, we'll just talk about a single color design. So now that we burned the screen, we washed the screen out, we're ready to start printing. Now you get your ink ready, you put the screen onto the actual carousel. If this is a multicolor carousel, line up the screen, make sure your registration is dead on. You're gonna spray down the platen to make sure it's nice and tacky, so you can put your shirt over it, smooth it out, and the shirt won't move around. Now you're gonna put your ink on the screen. You're gonna scoop out a little ink from the bucket. Let's just say we're using white ink today. We'll scoop that out, put a little bit onto the actual screen. You don't need to dump the whole bucket onto the screen, just what you think is needed. You're gonna take your squeegee. First thing you're gonna do is flood the screen, and that's covering the whole design with the ink, not pushing it through the screen, just covering it. Then you're gonna lay the t-shirt down. You're gonna bring the screen down. You're gonna push the ink or pull the ink through the screen onto the t-shirt. Then you're gonna pop that baby up. You're gonna check it out, make sure everything looks good. You'll either flash dry it just to cure the ink real quick, so then that way you could give it another pass to give it that nice opaque white print over black. Sometimes it takes multiple passes depending on how you print, but if you're pretty good, you could get it through one pass, flash dry, and then one more pass and you're good to go. Now from there, you're gonna pull the t-shirt up off of the bottom platen and send it through a conveyor belt dryer. That thing looks like a pizza oven. You're gonna dial in the temperature that you need to cure that ink into the conveyor belt dryer, and it's gonna send it through and dump it out on the other end. Now you have a completed t-shirt. Now the equipment that you're gonna need is obviously the carousel where you're going to be printing the t-shirts. You're going to need a flash dryer. You're going to need a conveyor belt dryer, and having a wash basin or a wash sink would help you out with a pressure washer, because after you're done printing that t-shirt, you're also going to have to reclaim the ink off of that screen back into the bucket. Whatever unused ink is on there, you scrape that up, put it back in the bucket, but you have to wash the screen out. So now you're gonna have to take some solvents to break down the ink, clean out that screen if you're gonna save that screen that's been burned for the next time that customer comes around. Or you're gonna need to take off all the emulsion off the screen. So now you have chemicals and solvents to clean the screen. You're gonna pressure wash that thing out and you're good to go. This is traditional screen printing. Whether it's multicolor, single color, whatever it is, this is the process. There's no shortcuts when it comes to this process. You still need to burn the screens. Screens still need to have emulsion on them. You scoop the ink onto the screen. You still need a squeegee. You push the ink through the screen. You have to clean the screens when you're done, and you have to cure the ink correctly for optimal durability and quality. Now you're gonna see a lot of people saying, oh, I just use a heat gun to cure the ink and blah, blah, blah. And that's cool, but there's no way to dial in the actual temperature on the heat gun, because a lot of these inks need to be cured at a certain temperature. So having something like a conveyor belt dryer is what's gonna really bake the ink into the t-shirt and cure it correctly. That is typical screen printing 101. Now when it comes to transfers, let's talk about that. You need a heat press and you need some transfers. This right here doesn't require a lot of space. You can operate on a tabletop, you can operate in your bedroom, in your dining room, in your living room, in your dorm room, in your garage. Doesn't matter. As long as there's a plug right by there and you have a tabletop to put the press on top of. You order the transfers from whatever company you want to. You get the transfers in, you get your blank t-shirt, you put your t-shirt onto the press, you type in or manually put in what temperature you need the press to be at for how many seconds. As you lay your t-shirt down, you pre-press the t-shirt. This is gonna get all the steam and moisture out of the shirt and also flatten it down. Then you put your transfer on top, then you bring the heat press down, you clamp it down for whatever the duration is supposed to be. This is curing the ink onto the t-shirt using your heat press and transfers. Heat press pops up, you peel the transfer backing off. Some transfer companies require you to put a piece of Teflon down and repress that shirt again to lock in the ink or whatever it is. Some companies don't require that. But when it's done, boom, now you have a cured transfer onto that t-shirt. Now, which one is better? There is no better of the two. It comes down to convenience and it comes down to what you want to do. If you want to learn screen printing and you want to get into screen printing, by all means, go for it. You do need space to screen print though. Like I said, you're gonna need space to actually do the printing. You're gonna need somewhere to actually coat the screens and burn the screens. You're gonna need somewhere to wash out the screens. And you also need somewhere to cure the t-shirts. If you have the space to do this, go for it. There's nothing wrong with it. A lot of us have garages. You can operate in your garage, but a lot of us are like myself and we have cars in our garage and we got junk in our garage and we have bikes and motorcycles and there's stuff in there that we don't have room to screen print. A lot of us have access to a plug and a tabletop. That's why heat presses and transfers make more sense to a lot of people based off of the convenience. Now, when it comes to quality, is screen printing better than transfers? There's no right or wrong answer to that either, because if you don't cure your ink correctly, those screen printed t-shirts can crack after one wash, after one wear. If it's not cured correctly, it can be damaged after one wear. Same exact goes for transfers. If you don't cure the transfer correctly, your transfer could crack after one wear, after one wash. Everything comes down to what you're doing and how you do it. If you cut corners and half-ass something, you're gonna get a half-ass product. So it doesn't matter if it's screen printing or transfers. So to say one's superior over the other, one's more durable than the other, no, they're both equally durable. I've proven that on this channel. I show wash tests. I show how things hold up in the wash. When something is cured correctly, majority of these print methods will outlive the t-shirt that it's on. Now you're gonna have people say, well, print clarity. Print clarity is better when it comes to screen printing versus a transfer. A lot of these transfers now are digital. DTF transfers, for example, are all digital. 100% of it is digital. There's no way that a digital print is gonna be of lesser quality than a screen print, because a screen print is still pushing ink through a screen. Whereas a digital print, that sucker's laying down every single time. It's using a CMYK process print. That's cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. And white, because there has to be a white underbase on that thing. But so does screen printing. Screen printing requires a white underbase. Not for everything, but for majority things. Now, there's gonna be a lot of people saying, well, when you use DTF transfers, it's like one big sticker on a t-shirt. If you took both, whatever designs you wanted to, and you got a transfer made and you screen printed, they're both equally gonna have ink coverage all over that t-shirt. People think, oh man, I'm using screen printing so it's gonna breathe. No, if you cover that design with ink, that t-shirt's not gonna breathe. You can't breathe through the ink. The ink is covering the t-shirt. Same goes for transfers, same goes for screen printing. It's the same exact thing. But I will say the big difference is the transfer is way lighter on a t-shirt than traditional screen printing. And I've proven this on my channel also. I have videos weighing two shirts, one that has a transfer and one that's traditionally screen printed. Between the two, they're the same exact design, same size of design, same t-shirt, same size t-shirt. And I weigh the two on a scale to show which one weighs more. The one that is traditionally screen printed weighs way more than the one that has the transfer on it. And that's because the ink that's pushed through the screen is way heavier and laid on way thicker than the transfer. Remember, the transfer is a lot less ink on the t-shirt than the traditionally screen printed t-shirt. So to say that screen printing is better because it's not a sticker on a shirt, it's the same exact thing. If you have that t-shirt, and I showed this in the video of two of the same exact designs, two different print methods, and I show which one is more clear to look at, the clarity of the print, which one is heavier on the shirt. So like I said, it just comes down to what you want to get into, what makes sense to you. The quality is there, the durability is there from both sides of the house. Screen printing, good clarity, good quality, durable. As long as the ink is cured correctly, you have a solid print on a t-shirt. With transfers, quality's there, durability's there, print clarity is there, and it's durable as hell as long as it's cured correctly on the t-shirt. That's what it comes down to. And I get it. There's gonna be the purists that are like, you know what, screen printing, the art form of screen printing, and blah, blah, blah. And that's cool. If you wanted to get into it for the arts and crafts of it, by all means, go for it. But that doesn't dismiss transfers. I use this all the time as an example, and it goes to the music industry. There are purists that love to listen to music through vinyl records. And that's the best way to listen to music. It's tried and true. It's been around for years. It's still, till this day, offered to the masses. There's nothing wrong with that. But on the other hand, you have MP3s, which is the new technology, which is still a crisp, clear sound, and the convenience of having it in your pocket, because now you could stream music directly from your phone and not lug around a record player to listen to music, makes sense. Yeah, there's still people that love vinyl records, and that's there for them if they want that. But does that make vinyl records better than an MP3 and having everything in your phone? No, because you can't beat that convenience. And to say that one sounds better than the other is, once again, personal opinion. especially when it comes to printing. It comes down to personal opinion. Do you want to screen print? Do you want to buy all the equipment to screen print yourself? By all means, go for it. Do you not have the room for that kind of stuff, but you have room for a heat press and transfers? The convenience is there. That option is there for you. Both of these things can live in this world together. Our business is the only business where somebody that owns a business doing one thing will talk so much shit to somebody that's not doing the same thing they are. So if you have a screen printer over here that owns a screen print shop, that owner is going to be in the comment section of anybody that's not screen printing talking shit like, why are you using a heat press? That's low quality. I'd never run my business like that. That's no way to run a business, blah, blah, blah. Our industry is the only industry that does that. For whatever reason, we always want to tell somebody how to run a business because we think the way we're running our business is the best way to do it. That's the craziest shit to me. I promote and congratulate ownership in general. If somebody owns and operates their own business, I don't care how you conduct your business, I applaud you just for the ownership of that business. You don't have to run your business like me. You could do something totally different than what I'm doing, but as long as you're getting it for yourself, I'm cheering you on. Now imagine if everybody operated like that. It's easy to say, but there's so many people that just feel the need to hate on anybody else doing something that's different than them. Because for whatever reason, people want that self-validation of, I'm doing something right, you should do it like me. You shouldn't be doing this because of X, Y, and Z. That doesn't make any sense to me. If we're all making t-shirts and we're all making money, then our industry as a whole moves forward. But instead, we rather tear each other down for not doing things the same way that we're doing them. And then if somebody gets into that same business and does what they're doing, now they're looked at as competition. And now you're trying to belittle that business because you're like, I've been here longer than you. You shouldn't be doing this like me. You shouldn't be taking my business away. So why do we do that? Why do we jump into other people's comments and talk shit and be like, hey, that's not any way to run your business. Why are you using that piece of equipment? Why do you use this brand? You should be using this brand and blah, blah, blah. Explain to me how that helps anybody's business. If you just minded your own business, then you'd probably do way better business. And that's just my personal opinion. I hope this video right here helps some people out. If you wanted a screen print, screen print. If you want to use transfers, use transfers. If you wanted to do both, do both. There's no right or wrong answer here. It all comes down to what you want to do. Don't let nobody else from the outside that has no business within your business tell you how to run it. You do what makes sense to you. That's all that matters. Now, if you got any questions, please leave it in the comments. If you screen print, leave it in the comments. If you use transfers, leave it in the comments. I don't care what company you get your transfers from. I don't care if you print your own transfers. I don't care if you hate the transfers that I use. Let me know in the comments, because at the end of the day, we're all here to make money. We're all here to decorate on t-shirts, and we're all here to better our own situations. If you wanted to follow me on Instagram, check me out at Big Brando TV. We could get it in on the comments over there too. Till then, I'll catch you guys on the next one, man. Yeah.